Welcome to RV and Travel Adventures. Hope you're doing fantastic wherever you are at. In this video, I'm going to try to be succinct, which is difficult for me. It's very difficult for me to be succinct and to the point, but I'll try my best. I'm going to be talking about why a person like me, a person that already has a nice house, owns a nice house here in Fort Worth, Texas, would want to move to Northern California, Southern Oregon, and maybe even Idaho. Who knows why a person like me would want to do that? Some of you are saying, hey, I would love to live in Fort Worth, Texas, own a big house down there. I heard it's very affordable and there's a lot of jobs down there. Of course there are a lot of jobs here. It's one of the big things that drives a lot of people to move to Texas is jobs, affordable housing, and of course they find the values here, amenable to them, okay? My parents lived in South Texas, Crystal City, Texas, and were itinerant laborers, farm workers, and they worked during the winter months in Crystal City, Texas, but they didn't have any jobs, work to do during the spring, winter, and fall. So they migrated, like a lot of people during the 30s and 40s, they migrated to the northern states to do a lot of the labor down there. So they would, pick crops in Kansas, Missouri, Michigan, Montana. List goes on and on and on and on. Minnesota. So a lot of my family stayed there. My cousins, uncles, aunts, stuff like that. They moved down there. They eventually decided, hey, I got a job at the incinerator plant up here in Racine, Wisconsin. I'm going to stay here and raise a family. So a lot of them did. They moved to Moorhead, Minnesota, or Fargo, in the Dakotas. And so there's different opportunities a lot of people find in these different parts of the United States. My parents migrated to California from Crystal City, Texas. They migrated to San Jose, California. My father, his two brothers, and his sister, and the grandma, their mother, my grandma, moved to Silicon Valley back in the 40s, okay? And they all bought houses. They all bought houses that accrued rather rapidly with the advent of Silicon Valley in value, okay? So that's where my family migrated. They migrated for opportunity, for year-round work. My father would find jobs, as a laborer year-round and paid the bills back then in the 40s. San Jose was cheap. Very affordable housing. My father bought a house there. So did my uncle, so did my aunt, and so did my uncle. They all bought houses. In some of the better neighborhoods, actually, in Silicon Valley, okay? So why would I move from Texas to Northern California or Southern Oregon, maybe even Idaho, who knows? It's because I don't like the weather here. The number one reason is because I don't like the weather here. It's and also because culturally I find myself separate from the people down here. I'm not a churchgoer. I'm not going to go to the local church and find community there. A lot of people find community in the church they go to. They find this person, this priest, this reverend, this pastor, and they're like, this is how life is. And you go, yes, I believe in you. You're my leader. And I'm not that type. I'm not the church-going type. I'm also, I don't like the weather. Let me, as I explained earlier, during June, July, August, and September here in Fort Worth, Texas, it was 100 plus typically on most days. That's hella hot. Is that hella hot to you? That was hella hot to me. And to escape the hot weather, you just stayed inside the house and just watched TV, clean the house, and once in a while would venture outside and go, man, that's hot. That's hot. Some people have pools. We don't have a pool. My wife would go to the pool at the YMCA and enjoy herself. So you're sequestered during the summer months here in Fort Worth, Texas. My wife and I, for a little while, for a short period, very short period, we're thinking about moving to San Antonio after my wife retired, okay? We love San Antonio. We love San Antonio culture. We love Tejano culture. My parents are, again, from that region, South Texas, Crystal City, Uvalde, San Antonio region. A lot of family down there. A lot of my cousins live down there in their single wives and their Quonset huts, etc., etc. They're doing okay. They're doing okay, as you know, as well as you can do in those communities, okay? But we decided it's too hot. Even hotter than Fort Worth is San Antonio. Even though we love to go Tejano dancing, we love Tejano music, we love Tejano culture. My wife and I have friends down there, are professors, academics, and such, who are down there. And we'd have an instant community. But no, I said, it's too hella hot. I do not want to deal with Texas heat, and especially with global warming. Global warming is a real thing. Global warming, I do not want to deal with that. The benefit of living in San Jose when I grew up is when it got hot, if it got 80 or 90 degrees, in that rare occasion where it got 100 degrees, very rare, I would just go over the mountains, 45 minutes, and I'd be at Santa Cruz Beach and Boardwalk, where it'd be overcast and cool, okay? That cool ocean breeze. Very nice. If I was too hot in San Jose, I would go to San Francisco, over there, the city by the bay, and cool off there, go to museums, go to galleries, etc., etc. Have a great time, listen to some music at the park, etc., etc., etc. And if I really was adventurous, I'd go an hour and a half, 2 hours to the mountains of the Sierras, go camping in my van, tent camping, etc., etc., back in the day. And as you go in elevation, it cools off even more. If it's 90 degrees in the valley, you go up 2,000-3,000 feet in elevation, all of a sudden it's 70 degrees. Much nicer. Sweater weather. Jacket. You put on your jacket. Where you're down there in a t-shirt, up there you're in your jacket. So you can get away from the heat readily in Northern California, Southern Oregon. It's easy. If I lived in Medford, Oregon, for example, the closest beach is Crescent City, California. That's about an hour and a half drive. And once you're at the beach, it's going to be cool. Very cool. I'm talking rather cool, okay? So even during the summer, it's rather cool along the beach in Northern California and Southern Oregon. If I was living in Medford, Oregon, and if I wanted to go to the mountains, there's a Crater Lake. It actually snows during the winter up there, and that'd be very pleasant. I can always cool off there during the summer, okay? If it got hot, which is, even though with global warming, it shouldn't get super hot like Texas. Texas is going to get super hot. Over there, it's going to get hot, but not super hot like Texas, like Fort Worth and San Antonio. So the main benefits of moving back to California or Southern Oregon is proximity to family, friends, and fun, okay? Not as much fun as San Antonio. I think San Antonio is super fun. A lot of great music, a lot of great bands, a lot of great entertainment down in San Antonio. But we're willing to sacrifice that for better weather and, better options like that, okay? So my family, I'm in Oregon. I'm in Northern California. I'm in Idaho. I can always drive 2-3 hours. And I'm visiting family for a bar mitzvah, for a christening, for a baptism, for a wedding, for a birthday party, or just to hang out and just have a couple beverages on my sister's porch on her ranch with a view of Silicon Valley. We can hang out there and do that. Okay, that's a lot of fun. I can visit my grandkids. And now I have one great-grandkid, I can visit them and say, hi, this is your grandpa, your great-grandpa. How you guys doing? Instead of being thousands of miles away. Hella far away. So it's rare that I go back to California currently because I live in Texas. So I'm going to be closer. Instead of this distance, this distance from Texas to California, it's going to be a lot less distance, okay? A lot less distance. Everything in Texas is far away, okay? Everything in the region that I'm talking about is closer because it's not that far. In the Texas map, you're going, oh, that city to that city must not be very far. But then you go, oh, that's 200, 300, 400 miles. In California, oh, that's only 50 miles. Okay. There is a difference in opportunities for fun and entertainment and weather in California. Okay. So hope you're doing fantastic. I just wanted to talk about my situation, why I am moving. We're not going to look for jobs in these communities. That's the reason why there's not so much, the housing prices are cheaper in Northern California and Southern Oregon because there's not a lot of jobs. People are working down there. They're doing well. They're having a great time. But a lot of retirees move up to that area, from Silicon Valley up to that area because it's super, 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 super affordable in comparison to the Bay Area. So what do you think? You think this is a good idea? Should I stay here and join a church and hang out with and do the Texas two-step for the rest of my life? I don't think so. I'd rather go to Northern California, hang out with the folks down there, hang out with my brothers and sisters, hang out with my familia, hang out with my old friends while they're still alive, and have a good time, at least for the next few years, as long as I'm on this planet, okay? Thanks for checking out my channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. And if you have the time, only if you have the time, leave your kind and friendly comments below abajo. Muchas gracias a todos a ustedes. And for those of you who have a few extra bucks burning a hole in your wallet, check out my Patreon page, patreon.com/JMMGarza, and donate $1 or $2 a month to help defray some of my costs, just a little bit of my costs here on RV and travel adventures. Muchas gracias ahead of time. And ring the bell for future notifications, for future notificaciones. Muchas gracias a todos a ustedes. Thanks for checking out my little presentation here. I'm just talking about the reasons why my parents moved from South Texas to Northern California, why I'm moving from Texas back to California. There are reasons why people move, I would love to move to Paris. That'd be nice. Have a nice little place in Paris. That'd be fantastic, don't you think? Or in Kyoto, Japan. I've always wanted to go to Kyoto and stay down there for a while. Maybe not forever, but I'd rather be back in California with my family and friends and just, live out the rest of my life back with people that that seem to tolerate me, okay? From Fort Worth, Texas, this has been Jesus Manuel Mena Garza. Gracias. Adios. Bye-bye.